Hello, everyone. I'd just like to share a few thoughts with you today about the feast of May the 1st, which is the feast of St. Joseph the Worker. And let me tell you something that prompted me to do this. When the millennium came around, and of course, we at Minstrakers, I was resident at Minstrakers at the time, we decided that one of the things we would do is we would repair the clock in the beautiful tower of the church. Hadn't been working for years. So we engaged a company from Cumbria to do this work. And they took the motor, I would say, the workings of the clock out altogether. They not only fixed it, but they painted it all in beautiful colors. So it was really like a work of art. And as they were preparing to reinstall the clock, I said to the chap, there were two youngish men who were working on this. I said, well, when will you be ready to put the pointers on the clock face? Pointers, they said. Pointers? You don't call those things on clocks pointers. You call them hands. And I felt suitably chastened. But what my reflection on that is that these were men who really took a pride in their work. And I'm happy to say the clocks worked very well ever since. But they took a pride in it, and they had a respect for the materials they were working with. And they wanted that respect to be shared by others. And it's that notion of respect that I would like just to say a very few brief words about in terms of St. Joseph the Worker. I think it's wonderful that he was a craftsman, that he was a joiner, a carpenter, and as such stands for all those who work in not the upper echelons necessarily, but the ordinary everyday things. And one of the things that we all have learned from the horrible time of the lockdown was how vital certain very menial, mundane, lowly occupations were. Bus drivers, delivery lorry drivers, care workers, street cleaners. And I think that has taught us a lesson, partly about our dependence on people, on a whole network of people at all levels of society, and how we depend on one another, and also how we should treat one another with respect and respect the work that they do and be grateful for it. I am repeatedly struck here in our house by the cheerfulness and the real deep caring of the carers who come in to look after dear brother Francis. And it's clear how affectionately they hold him themselves, even bringing birthday presents when it was his birthday last week. And we can't but have admiration for people who will do that kind of work. Who knows when that kind of work might be needed for ourselves. And so we should be, as I'm sure people are, I'm sure I'm speaking to the converted in many ways, but it is important, I think, when we think of St. Joseph the Worker, to think of respect for the tools of the trade, respect for the skills of the trades that people have. All sorts of jobs need to be done well. The stacking of the supermarket shelves needs to be done well, so that you don't get hit in the middle of the forehead by a jar of coffee that's been unwisely placed, and so on. And if we can show the people who do these kind of menial tasks, that's perhaps is the right word for them, not very dramatic or exciting tasks, but that we can show respect and gratitude to them for what they do. Again, I'm struck, and this is the last thing I'll say, by my fairly infrequent visits to the supermarket, but how often I see a good connection between the person at the cash till and the customer. And I know from what people tell me that going to the supermarket and meeting those people at the cash till can make a difference to that person for the week. So St. Joseph the Worker, thank God for him. Thank God for teaching us that we all matter and that all of us are worthy of respect as human beings, as sons and daughters of the living God. Happy Feast of St. Joseph to you all. For the notices this week, just one thing which concerns myself. I'm going to be away as of Thursday. I shall be away for 2 full weekends anyway, on holiday. So I shall get a good rest, I hope, and look forward to being back with you towards the middle of the end of May. Have a good week yourselves. Thanks for all you do. God bless.